Aloha YouTube, how you doing? Rainbow coming at you with another Nerf video. This is going to be all about the first ever Nerf mods that I've done when I've gotten into the hobby at the end of last year. So this is basically a lot of paint jobs that I've done. Starting off with my second ever Nerf blaster that I owned, a strong arm. The first ever one was an Alpha Trooper, which is still somewhere on the wall and still has some issues. But this is the first Nerf mod I've actually done, and is a paint job on the Nerf strong arm, which is a 6-shot revolver pistol kind of thing. And as you can see, it's a base coat of purple and then a couple of layers of pink over the top of it to sort of highlight the edges. I use dry brushing and sort of wet dry brushing as a technique. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but that's just what I do. And yeah, a lot of gold and copper for the detailing. And so this is the strong arm. Other than that, there's nothing done to it, but I shaved down these edges here, so the prime is actually quite nice and quite smooth, and it's not as hard on the hand. Other than that, there's nothing done to it. I was trying to put a tuning spring into this, but because I was new to the hobby and I didn't know what I was doing, I ended up failing horribly and went back to the stock spring. And then I put a blaster together, and the clear coat wasn't quite dry. So therefore now this is sort of glued together solid, and it is just what it is. But it has been to several Nerf wars with me, and it's been a good sidearm, and also whenever we do pistol round I use this baby and I have a lot of fun, so it has seen a lot of battle in its days. And yeah, that will be the first one. Why is this my color scheme? Number one, I love purple for some reason. I just love the color. And also it was from back in the day when I used to paint Warhammer 40k figurines. I made my own Space Wolf army. I actually never played Warhammer, I just sort of built the army, and this is what the guys look like. I don't know if the autofocus is working, but as you can tell, they have a lot of purple and pink and gold and copper highlighting, and this is what they look like. And I have an entire army of that, and I really like this color scheme. Therefore I choose to paint my Nerf guns like this. So moving on to the second one. Second Nerf mod was a rough cut, which is this one. I just love the rough cut because it's so simple. You can give it to anyone, put the dart here, and this is how you prime and fire it. But then again, it is absolutely stock internals. It is just a paint job. You can see the number here, which is LS12. LS stands for Love and Sunshine, which is my signature, and the number is 12 for the number of the blaster that I've modded. All my modded blasters have numbers, so you can always tell. And as I say, this was the second. I did actually start with 10 because I had a couple of other scrap projects that weren't worth, so they didn't ever make it to finish, and they weren't worth naming or giving a number to. So therefore I started at 10 and then sort of 11, 12. Actually I started at 11. Weird. Anyhow, second one. Yeah. The third one I've done in this sort of scheme is my trusty little Fire Strike. I love the Fire Strike. It is such a cool pistol, and it's such an accurate one, and it still has the lights in. And yeah, it's just easy. You just prime it like this, single shot, done. You can tell the AI is still in there. There's one tiny bit of modding that I did to this, which is the front here. I added a brass, or basically a friend of mine added a brass when I was in Ulm at my first ever Nerf event here in southern Germany, which was a lot of fun. And now what this does, actually, you can't really sort of push the dart in like this. You kind of have to thread it in because it's an absolute tight fit, but it makes this blaster so goddamn accurate. It is so cool. At the same event where this mod was done to it, I actually came in second at a target shooting competition with this blaster, and it was really fun. Yeah, I love using this every now and then, and other than that, it just looks really cool. Moving on to the LS14, which is my Retaliator pistol build. And I say Retaliator pistol because normally the Retaliator has this weird barrel and the grip here, but to prime it you kind of have to sort of move this one here, and no one actually knows what this handle is for, so I took it out. What I've done to this one, it's the same sort of color scheme, it's the exact same thing, standard Retaliator stock in the back. I've painted several mags in the same color, with the same detailing and the same highlights. Actually, I think 3 of them or so. And other than that, I've just painted this nozzle bit with a standard Nerf attachment. And then that was it. At the same Nerf event in Ulm where the Fire Strike got a little tuning, this one got an upgrade. A friend gave I believe it was a 5 kilo spring. It might have even been a 7. I don't know. I didn't know at the time. He was like, "There's a spring. It's stronger than that one. Put it in there." So I put a tuning spring in here, and now this one is a really fun blaster to use. Every now and then, when we have a springer only round, I choose to run this one because it's really fun to just go around, bam, 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 shoot, and yeah, quite like it. But yep, this is number 4 of the same set color scheme. First edition, what I've done to this one that the others haven't, I don't know if you can tell, there's a lot of glitter on here because I love glitter. It is sparkly and fun and amazing. And from now on, I'll be adding this to most of my blasters in this color scheme. And I say most of my blasters, there is another one, it's already in the back here waiting. It's down here, you can sort of tell. But this one deserves a video on its own because this is my first ever integration, and so this will be a video for another time. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you did like the video, did like what you just saw, I would be really happy if you leave the video a thumbs up, if you subscribe to the channel for more input like that. If you actually like the paint job, so that you want me to do a paint job for you, yes, I would be happy to do so. I accept commissions in all sorts of form in terms of paint jobs and whatever mods I do. There is going to be an email in the description below this video. Just send me an email, contact me, and we go from there. And other than that, I hope, yeah, this was fun to watch, and I'll see you guys on the NERF battlefield. Until then, love and sunshine. See ya.